What's up, soulmates? Happy Monday. We are back with another episode of Cocktails with the Queens, where we dish on everything that's trending and in the news and on social media, in our own business sometimes, and also spill our own tea and everybody else's. Let me introduce my queens. Please welcome Vivica A. Fox. What's up, girl?
Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you?
Good. Been a busy week, but blessed.
Okay. Next up, Lisa Ray. What's up, Lisa Ray? How you doing?
That's buzzy. See that? I'm buzzy. That means book busy too. That's what that is.
I see we have two blondes and two brunettes tonight. Also, We've got Selena Johnson. What's up, Selena?
Hey, girl. Hey. How's it going, Queens?
Hey.
I've been chilling all week. Okay. I've been in basketball game. You know, it's basketball season, so KJ consumes my life. KJ and Kingston and all they stuff. Kingston's in art school. It's a lot.
Right.
So mommy game. Yeah.
All right. Well, you look great. Everybody looks amazing as
Everybody
usual.
looks fantastic.
Looking forward to the show. I've been busy. I was in Vegas and then I went to LA for my girl Annie Alonso's premiere. She's in the movie Fear. Shout out to Deion Taylor, Black filmmakers. Mm-hmm. And it was very scary. Every single scene, I was like, oh, I had so much anxiety that, yeah, if you like scary movies, go see Fear. That's all
I'm going. I love Annie.
And it's so wonderful to see us as African Americans getting into the horror genre, because for the longest time, we was the first one to always get killed in the movie.
Okay.
I was going to say, did anybody fall?
You already know, Lisa Ray. You already know. But I will say this, Deion Taylor's married to Roxanne Taylor, and the two of them are like a husband-wife duo of filmmakers, which I think is super dope. And they're over here really, I mean, the film looked really expensive. Like they did a really good job. So
I love his work. I follow him on Instagram. I love all his work. I think he's fantastic.
All right. Well, it was a good old time. All right, y'all. How was everybody's weekend? Everybody good? Everybody good?
Everybody good. I think we got a whole lot
I actually got to go to Sundance, and I hosted the world premiere of a documentary called Skilled. And it was saluting those who are in the trade business, how women are sometimes overlooked for jobs, and how we're just breaking down barriers on a daily basis, being electricians, gaffers, in the health professions. I met a scientist, and it was just really informative, but it was cold up in Park City, Utah, but it was beautiful.
I saw your IG page. Looked like you were having a good old time.
I did. I really did. To see the smile that when you pass on your magic and knowledge of filmmaking to those that it's their first time on a red carpet, it's their first time having someone introduce them, it's their first time being on a blog, was really special.
Did you get a chance to get on some of those slopes over there?
You know, I wasn't hitting a single thing. I tried to go skiing one time with my leather pants and hit my head and saw stars, and that was it. That was a funny slope.
Yeah, they're waiting.
I looked at it from the lodge, looking very cute.
Okay. I gotta go. I want to go one day to Sundance. It looks like it's a lot of fun.
It really
all right. Is. Well, we will be looking forward to that as well. I know my queens stay super busy. Well, soulmates, before we get to the topics, let's make sure you grab your cocktails and join us for the Queen Happy Hour. All right, everybody. Tonight's signature drink is a non-alcoholic beverage called Seedlip. And to make it more fun, we each picked a queen to celebrate by personalizing our drink in honor of their fabulosity. Lisa Ray, tell us who your drink honors and what's in it.
I'm so glad you allowed me to go first, darling, because I cannot my lips off of this. My drink is inspired by Miss Selena, and it is called S&M. Let me tell you, this is the way it looks, but let me tell you what I put in there, okay? I put 1.5 ounces of Seedlip Groove 42, 1 ounce of the lime juice, 1.5 ounces of simple syrup, this little sweetener, 1.5 ounces of triple sec, little bit of 1 ounce of pineapple juice, and 0.5 ounces of strawberry mango puree and tahini around the rim. Now, let me tell you why. Because when Selena hits that stage, first of all, I'm a fan. She sang. So I thought S&M, and I know I tried to get you with the S&M kind of thing. I know she was like, what do you mean S&M? But it's sultry, your soulful, sunset spicy margarita. That's the name of this drink. Selena sultry, soulful, sunset spicy margarita. Let me tell y'all how it is going to what it's going to do to me. Let me see.
Sounds delicious. You can always count on Lisa Ray to come up with a drink that got a lot of color in it. I love that.
And it's sharp. You know, her presentation is always going to be better than everybody's.
I love you, Selena, because you Southside Chicago girl like me. Chicago.
That town. So, thanks, Lisa Ray. Come on, drink.
Very nice. Well done, Lisa Ray. Selena, all right. Well, who was the inspiration behind your drink and what's all beside your drink?
Well, honey, none other than Diamond herself, okay? Lisa Ray McCoy is the sweet and sour siren, honey. It is 1.5 ounces of Seed Lip 108. It is 3.5 ounces. Is that 3.5? Because you know I ain't got my glasses, honey. 3.4 ounces of grapefruit juice and 3.4 ounces of lemon juice and 1 ounce of sweet and sour, okay? I got sweet and sour siren for Lisa Ray because, first of all, we all can see with 2 eyes that the girl is a siren. Okay, the girl is fine. She been fine and ain't gonna never not be fine. That's first of all. Second of all, if you go down to Lisa Ray's movies, she gives you a little bit of sweet in her characters, but then also a little bit of sour. Okay, if you remember Diamond from Players Club alone. She was very sweet the whole movie until she had to beat that girl up in the dressing room, and then she got real sour with it.
Open up the door, bitch.
You see what I'm saying? It's synonymous to who she is as a person. Okay, i.e. at all. Okay, that's the sour, and then the sweet is every day. So this drink is dedicated to Lisa Ray. It's sweet and sour siren, honey. It's fantastic.
I accept that, and you right on point, honey, because that is, you can get with this or you can get with that.
Okay.
You can get with that, but this is where it's at.
Very nice. I love that we're making these great drinks out of non-alcoholic option.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Fox. All right, which queen are you celebrating with your drink tonight?
Well, Queen, I'm celebrating one of the grand hostess with the mostest, Claudia. And my drink is Dealing Claudia. My drink consists of 1.5 Seedlip Spice number 94. Then we've got some sparkling apple cider in there, just to, hook it on up. Then with a splash of lemon juice, crushed mint leaves. And then here's my I tried to compete with Lisa Ray, where I was telling. And my garnish, it's garnished with a lemon and a mint leaf. And the reason why I chose my refreshing signature cocktail, Dealing Claudia, because Claudia knows how to seal a deal. Yes, Claudia Jordan is the reason why we are here celebrating our 3rd year on Cocktail Queens. Okay. And then, have y'all seen somebody make a deal with looking good lately?
Yes, she did.
Persistent about it. Just been lately killing the red carpet. Look at what's going on.
Just dealing the people looks.
She doesn't know that she has been watching her diet and getting her body tight and right. So, Dealing Claudia. Deal?
Yes, dealing looks.
I love that. I thought you meant dealing because I have a gambling problem. So I was like, that makes sense. No. I ain't mad at that either.
Okay. I did not take you to the casino. It was all about you and your roots and just what you've done with your career. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Queen. Well, in honor of my girl, Vivica, I'm honoring you. My drink is called the Caribbean Queen. Okay, we all was in the Caribbean. Yes. She loves the Caribbean. She loves a good old time in Jamaica. She loves getting her skin nice and bronze and sipping a drink by the pool. And I have 1.5 ounces of Seedlip Groove 42. We have half a can of ginger ale, 3 squeezes of lemon juice, 2 slices of a lemon wheel, couple of raspberries, and a glass of ice. I actually threw in some strawberries last minute. And I did that because, ginger ale. When you don't feel good or you want to feel better about anything in your life, ginger ale is a cure for everything. And the word everything is where Vivica Fox be. When you turn on your TV, you turn on commercials, you turn on the movies. Vivica A. Fox is on every single channel, every single day. It don't matter. I could be in the Caribbean watching their little bootleg cable and I'm going to see one of her commercials or movies. It's going to be Vivica Fox everywhere. So that's the ginger ale. The fruit, the lemon is because she's spicy as well. She will gather you and get you together and she don't care who you are. And then of course the sweetness, because Vivica is actually very sweet and very generous. So the raspberries and the strawberries and that just brings it all together. So this is the Caribbean Queen. That's right.
Yes.
All right. Of course, we want to encourage everyone to please drink. Well, let me show. Did I not show my drink? Please drink responsibly at home. Promotional consideration is provided by Sea Lip Queens. That was so cute. Let's toast to a great show. Cheers.
Have a great show.
Salute. Let me get my angle right. There we go.
Not bad. How about to use our recipes? All right, y'all. Now, with that being done, let's get into the show. Hey, y'all. Beyonce's performance in Dubai on Saturday was nothing short of extravagant. Pictures were all over the net. Now, Beyonce performed a 90-minute set at Atlantis, the Royals Hotel launch party that included some of her biggest hits like Crazy in Love, Naughty Girl, Halo, and Brown Skin Girl, featuring her daughter, Blue Ivy, who joined her on stage. Now, Queen Bey was paid, get this, y'all, $24 million to be the centerpiece of the launch party for the hotel. Now, what are your thoughts? And are you ladies ready for Beyonce to drop her tour dates? Selena, we got to go to you first. What do you think?
First
I love
of all,
her.
Okay, that's first of all. Second of all, the fact that, first of all, Beyonce is the GOAT. And here's why I say she's the GOAT. The fact that she's been off stage for 4 years, being somebody mama somewhere, still holding down $1 million and probably $1 billion fortune right now, and was able to get on a scaffold, honey, with heels and be ascended into the sky. You to go. It's nothing else to say. With the rain and the fires, when I tell you the amount of panic attacks I would have had, there's no way I could have done. Okay, and singing on Pete. I'm like, girl, you the best.
She's so creative, though, in producing her own show. And when she took over her own career with her husband, they became a force to be reckoned with. And so
that's that good Virgo,
like he said, he gave her that street credibility that to give her that you know what I mean? And she took it and ran with it. And if she didn't have the talent, then we wouldn't be talking about her. But she does. And she's acting and she's producing and she's, on stage singing and a mom and a wife and all the things that we as women are like super women. But she do it so classy and so elegant till why wouldn't she get paid whatever they were going to pay her and however they were going to write that check to be in her name? Right. She took it because this is what she does.
Well, the ticket sales reflect that fee. So people were going to pay the amount for them to recoup that money. Let's be very clear. That speaks volumes to how much they can sell tickets for to see her.
That's right. Vivica, what do you think about this?
The queen reigns supreme. Wow. When I'm telling you, they opened up the entire vault for Beyonce for 90 minutes. How much is that like per minute? That's some good money. And I'm so glad to see women, getting that rock star money. I mean, you usually hear like about the Rolling Stones or, some big rock band or some big rapper getting that money. But to see that money go to a beautiful African-American female, hats off to you, Beyonce. And then I'm telling y'all, she's grooming Blue Ivy to have next. Watch.
She looked just like her.
With some Jay-Z there.
Okay.
Imagine being Blue Ivy. Like, you got the confidence of your daddy and the confidence of your mama in that talent. Like, they are both like, she is that girl, man.
She got some good genes up in there.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I think it's amazing. And of course, there's people on social media trying to have their thing with it, trying to criticize, but y'all mad because y'all weren't there. Okay.
And didn't get 24 million.
24 million. All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We have plenty of show. We'll be right back with more Cocktails with the Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. All right, soulmates, we got to get into this story. Facebook and Instagram may allow transgender and non-binary users to flash their bare breasts, but cisgender women are out of luck. Meta's oversight board has ordered Facebook and Instagram to lift the ban on images of topless women for anyone who identifies as transgender or non-binary. The board noted the same image of female presenting nipples would be prohibited if posted by cisgender women, but prohibited if posted by an individual self-identifying as non-binary. Okay, now, so the transgenders, okay, we got different rules here now. What y'all think about this? Lisa Ray, you want to go first?
Yeah, because I'm over here I'm like, what?
It's confusing.
Cisgender, what's that?
That's supposed to be natural born
like
women, us.
Oh, yeah, well, then that's me. Okay, great. What's the question?
So Instagram and Facebook are going to allow transgender women to flash their bare breasts, but we can't, basically.
I mean, what makes them so much more special than the natural woman and her nipples and her breasts and her titties and all of that? What?
Selena.
Okay, so this is dumb because the outrage is dumb because you should be upset that you're not getting the same, they're not treating you the same as cisgender women. If you're trying to be the same, if you're trying to keep these women's rights, then why is it that they don't care about seeing your breasts? That's kind of saying they not really real breasts, so we don't care. You're not really a one. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what that's saying. For them to ban us showing our breasts is them acknowledging that it's actually nude. It's kind of shady for them to say, okay, yeah, you can do it, but real women, cisgender women, whatever you want to call us, we cannot. So they should actually be outraged reverse, in my opinion.
It's saying that if someone's non-binary, they can post their breasts, but it's not permitted by a cisgender or a natural-born woman. Vivica A. Fox, what do you think about this?
Well, honey, they can have at it because I'm going to tell you, you're going to pay a lot to see them. So I ain't walking around flashing people for free anyway. So, have at it.
And why do you want to show your boobs? Why is this even a rule? This is a dumb rule. Waste of rule time.
Well, I tell you, I might show mine on the beach. You know what I mean? But when I tried to one time, my nipples got sunburned and I said I wasn't going to do that no more.
Oh, you learn something new every day. Okay. You got burnt nipples?
I mean, I did one time. And you don't want that because, to have them sunburned. Oh, wait.
I bet you that hurt real
You be
bad.
flashing all the time like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I think some of these rules, I get, okay. There was a point where I feel like we needed to even the playing fields, and absolutely, right? And in some regards we did. But some of these things, I think we're going way overboard where it's like borderline. No, I won't even say borderline. It's ridiculous. I don't want to show my nipples on Facebook anyway.
Right.
But to go and make a law, make a rule that's separate, it's so dumb.
They're not talking about us. They're talking about the ones that want to push the envelope and the ones that want to show the nudity and want to get the followers up. And that's how they do it. They want the shock value. So that's why they're doing it. None of us give a damn about that.
Because what are you selling when you're showing your nip? I'm just trying to figure out why are you upset? Because it was a transgender showed her breasts or non-binary, I'm not sure. But they showed their breasts and they got banned and then they protested. So my thing is, are you selling bras? Are you trying to sell something, promote something? What is the reasoning for wanting and fighting for that right to show your breasts or your titties or whatever they are, your nipples or whatever they are?
Out of all the things to be fighting about, we have so much to fight about. You let that one go. It's just TMI to keep covered and just keep it moving.
I do want to make a parallel real quick. Even with transgender and versus cis and all that, it's still someone that wasn't born female being able to do something that a natural born woman can't. There's so many rules that govern our bodies now with our right to choose and all that kind of stuff. Just more laws, more rules in place for us is all. I just want to just point that out real quick.
I was like,
that's a good point.
Have at it. If you want people to come up and invade your space and grope on you and stuff like that, which has happened to women, which leads to other awful things and crimes, experience.
Right. Because you always say that you guys are being, beaten and there's so much crime against you. Wouldn't that bring more attention to create more crime and trauma, in that community?
I think
why would you want to do that? I believe that was just those people, because I don't believe that the transgender the transgender non-binary community, I don't believe they all believe that. I don't believe they're all in alignment with that. I really feel like that was a singular situation.
Like you said, it's a waste of time, or it's just another case of have your cake and eat it too. Well, you ain't about to have our cakes and our nipples. How about that? So it's fine.
Well, go ahead, get sunburnt nipples. Go for it.
It's not fun. Don't do it.
Hey, once again, be careful what you ask for, folks that want to become women and live your life as, it ain't all as easy and fun as you think it is, man. There's a lot that comes with it. I'm just going to say that. All right, moving on. Oh, we got to cover these people. Just days after Blueface removed his ex-girlfriend, Chrisean Rock, from a podcast interview, Chrisean made a huge announcement on social media. She posted 3 pregnancy tests that show positive results with the caption, "Guess how many heartbeats?" Now, Blueface caught wind of the announcement and tweeted, "To answer y'all's questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it. It clearly wasn't giving before she announced it. She's pregnant with somebody else's child, not mine." He added, "Rock has encounters with at least 10 different men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test, then it's not mine." Wow. Well, what are your thoughts on Chrisean's pregnancy announcement and how Blueface responded? Vivica, let's start with you.
Ooh, these toxic children.
I mean,
How many has Blueface been with? You know what I mean? You got another baby mama. Then you was seen slurping up the girl in the music video that then she wanted to go and beat up. You know, their relationship is just, for me, in my honest opinion, for ratings and another clickbait moment. They'll be right back fighting with each other in the next couple of weeks. Then she'll say, "Oh my God, I lost the baby." You know, fame and the addiction of likes, in my honest opinion, is out of control. And we gonna see.
Agreed.
and I'm going to piggyback off of that because I absolutely believe that as well. And I feel real sad for both of them. I feel sad because there's something magnetic between them that keeps them coming back, that toxic relationship, but there's not enough love for them to love themselves because they wouldn't want to do that to each other or themselves. I don't want to, love is not to be beat up on. You know what I mean? I can't see that being love, and especially the way they fight. And then they publicly fight. So now you got to always come back and you just look like such a fool. And that makes you look weak. And I don't believe that either one of them want to look weak because they so about it. So you giving mixed signals here. It's like, I think both of them need to really sit down with some type of adult that they have an admiration for or respect for, so they can go ahead and sow something into them that they can either separate and live separate lives and be able to be okay as adults in this society, because what they're giving back now is just nothing but toxicity.
Can I just throw this in there real quick? When did it become a trend that when you break up with somebody, first thing you do is erase them off of your social media?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never done that. It was part of my life.
Friends do that, you know, they be blocking each other and
I will block your ass, but I ain't gonna take.
Oh, we know.
Oh, we know.
Let everybody know. No, I'm queen of block.
I'll block you too.
I don't have to take you off
I
my
ain't blocking
list,
nobody.
let
I don't know how to
everybody
block.
know.
Wait.
No, I'm just saying, that trend to me is just so strange that if you're, you know, it's another statement like, "I'm done with them." So
Right.
and then you're back with them in a couple of weeks. So
Especially if they're part of your story. You know what I mean? And not every part of your story is a great part of your story. It's part of your life. And it seems silly. Selena, what do you think about this?
I don't believe that she gonna have somebody else's baby. I don't believe that. I
don't
think
either.
that she got to know that, yep, I got your baby, because that's the love she has for him. That would break his heart, really, if he thought for real, that she had somebody else's baby. That would say to him that what they were fighting about and with and for wasn't real.
Selena, what do you think?
Yeah, listen, I echo every single thing that has been said here, especially the part about being real sad. The thought of a baby coming into this situation is tragic. I don't know what to say about a baby, a child coming into this situation, whether it's his child or not. The fact that he went on social media after all he's put that girl through mentally and emotionally and would tweet that out loud for everyone to hear and see is absolutely ridiculous and abominable and totally disrespectful. I just hope, and then I see her all online drinking a whole bunch. She was drinking down to the therapy session. I'm just like, please, God needs to intervene. The only thing that can save them is God, because what's going on right now between them and bringing a baby into this is very serious. That's very serious. Getting pregnant and being a baby mom and all that, that's not a trend, sis. That's a real thing. And when that baby comes, that's forever. If the baby comes, that's forever.
Can you imagine those two with where they both are right now? Because it ain't just her, it's both of them being your parents. I'm going to say this, Chrisean, I feel for you, and I think you need some serious therapy. I think you both do. I think you're with a narcissist, and he's showing you narcissistic abuse, that is for sure. That is for sure making, and you're too emotional. And I just seen there's 2 fights she got into like this weekend. She punched someone on the red carpet at the Zeus party yesterday. And then there was another fight she got into, and she just announced her pregnancy like twice. And I think it's really sad.
How?
She punched who on the red carpet, Claudia?
She punched someone on the red carpet. She was on camera. She just went, boom, punched someone.
How? How is that a normal mother behavior? Like, you can't do this. Like, you're setting the child up for trauma already.
Yes.
That's right.
That's,
All right,
that's unfair.
We're going to move on from them. I'm sure they'll be back in the news tomorrow or something. All right. Are you ladies aggressive when it comes to playing sports or anything involving competition?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Louisiana State University forward Angel Reese got backlash on social media after she blocked her opponent's basketball shot with one hand while holding her shoe in the other. One person wrote, yeah, that was a bit too much. She didn't have to block the ball with such aggression. And another person wrote, oh, wow, she's doing too much. Well, Reese replied to the criticism and tweeted, I'm too hood, I'm too ghetto. I don't fit the narrative, and I'm okay with that. I'm from Baltimore, where you hoop outside and talk trash. If it was a boy, y'all wouldn't be saying nothing at all. Let's normalize women showing passion for the game instead of being embarrassing. Vivica, we got to go to you because you're a big basketball fan. What do you think about
You
this?
already know. I saw that clip on ESPN and was like, hell yeah, girl. She would block that damn shot and stand over like the fellas do, like, get on up. I got more. The fact that she was able to block her shot with one shoe on, that was good. I thought that was so fly. The guys do it all the time. What are the double standards? What did you want her to do? Hold her shoe and let her score? She wasn't having that. I thought it was amazing. And keep on doing it with your fine self, girlfriend, because you had your lashes on, your ponytail was great, and you looked good. So, and you prohibited her from scoring. So hats off.
Selena, you're another basketball. Go ahead.
First of all, let's go ahead with rules. Mr. Referee, you were standing up under the basket. Play was still happening. If you didn't want her to play while the girl willingly drove down the lane with her shoe off, then you should have blew the whistle and stopped the play. But since the play was still going, she had to keep playing. It's not her fault that her shoe fell off. I watch men's shoes fall off all the time. They keep playing the back and forth. And her to block a shot and stand over her, that's basketball, that's competitiveness. People do that all over. It's a double standard because she's a woman. And it's really, really trash. And it really speaks to how we view female sports. And then when you talk about the WNBA not being able to bring in or whatever, bring in money or whatever the case may be, it's because you are judging us, you're prejudging women, and you're making them, you want them to be little nicey girls. You want them to be that when they're trying to compete and give it what it is that you're asking them to give so that you could pay them more. So how you gonna ask them to turn up and then get mad at them when they do? That's
church finger. Now, had she blocked her shot with the shoe and then hit her with the shoe, then we'd have
then. But she kept the shoe. She was classy with it.
Right.
Now, I would say from that other end, other angle of I like all sports and I like to be entertained. That's an entertaining moment. That's what you play for. When you go to a game, you want to see that type of sportsmanship and kind of skills because that's a skill. You know how slippery it is to be on that kind of floor with just a sock and just one.
And guess what, y'all?
Jump up and
it made the top 10 on ESPN. So evidently they liked it too.
Yep.
And that brings eyes and that brings revenue. So don't complain about these women being themselves or turning it up for the entertainment as well, because hey, this is what you're asking them to do anyway, subconsciously.
I feel like it's just a wave lately with just the hating from bitch ass dudes and men.
It's giving, Claudia. It's giving.
Like right now, if you turn on the radio, and Vivica said this a few shows ago, every song now is like every rap is like a female rapper now, right? So we're dominating now, right? We coming out, we up in there, and I kind of feel like men that are not giving. Not as successful, are really, really hating and kind of getting sick of female excellence right now. It's a reminder of their shortcomings when they see you doing your thing and you blocking shots and you dunking and you doing your thing with one shoe and they sit at home with their pot bellies and low testosterone rates mad at the world. I'm just saying.
Well, we got to keep bringing it back around for them ladies, just like we're doing and encouraging them and keeping them uplifted. We love it. We love it.
Yes, girl. Keep on doing it.
Ladies,
I salute you.
Ladies, don't make yourself small to make a man feel big. He should
That
he
part.
should make himself feel big on his own. On that note, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to the show. Okay, everyone, we've reached the part of the show where we talk about our relationships, the challenges we have faced in our lives, and just how we overcame them. Welcome to our queendom. All right, ladies, this is a good one tonight. Our topic will focus on double standards when it comes to forgiveness in our friendships versus relationships, because it's not always the same energy. For example, we often give our significant others countless passes if they drop the ball in our relationships. But when it's one of our female friends, we are not so quick to forgive, and we may even end the relationship, the friendship, if we feel betrayed by them. I want to get your thoughts on this topic and see where your head's at with this one. Vivica, let's start with you. What do you think about this double standards when it comes to relationships versus our friendships?
Well, the power of the D sometimes to get you, child. That's all I'm going to really say. If it's really good, sometimes you be like, dang, I'm going to give him one more chance. It's just passion. I think that's what it is until you get sick and tired. Your mom and them teach you sometimes stay out of other people's relationships until they get sick and tired, because you get sick and tired quicker than, girl, if you tell me another story about his no good self. But with your girlfriends, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a sense of competition or, what, she wasn't what I thought I needed as a friend anyway. But, I've been on merry-go-rounds with girlfriends that, I'm like, okay, I'll give you one more try. You mess up that one time. So I have a little bit more of a forgiving heart to give someone else another chance as a girlfriend if they show accountability for their actions, because we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Like, let's take, for instance, my relationship with my baby sister here, Lisa Ray, that she said something to me recently. And she said, can you just learn to give me a pass sometimes? Or if I do something to disappoint you, to talk to me about it, because sometimes I don't know that I did it. And I thought that I had to take that one. You know what I mean? I had to go, okay. Because I have a tendency when I get mad, I bolt. I just don't have time. Mm-hmm. And when she said that to me, I was like, Vivica, learn a little bit more patience. After all these years, I don't think that she would purposely do anything to hurt you. You've called her your baby sister for a reason. So calm the hell down and talk to her. I have an awful temper. And I've learned that about myself the older that I've gotten. And sometimes I just have to woosah and open my heart to say, okay, let's talk. Let me explain myself. Now you do that again, then I might have to, do what I need to do. But, don't always kick your girlfriends to the curb. Just like you give the power of the D another chance, do it for your girls.
All right. I like that. Selena, what do you think?
I think there are a lot of components here. I think, it depends on what the lie is. I mean, not the lie, but what the situation is. What was the offense? You know what I'm saying? There could be an offense where the woman slept with your man. You know what I'm saying? Do you forgive a woman that does that? Do you forgive him after he does that? I think that when you're in a relationship with with a man or whatever, there's a soul tie when you have sexual relations, and then it makes it a little harder to be able to, make a choice on whether this person should be done. You should be done with them or not. Plus, if you're married to that person, that changes the game too, because theoretically, you're supposed to be able to, sustain with rich or poor, sickness and health to death. You're supposed to be able to get through things. Not forever though, but you are. However, I have friends that I've gone up and down with, and they're still here. So it just really depends, and they've outlasted most men, So it really just depends on the person, the woman. You know what I'm saying? Like the person I am, and I have a person that was supposed to be my friend. She did something unthinkable, but was she ever really my friend? You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to ask that. Like if it's somebody that I've known for 30 years. That's when you ask the Vivica question. Are they really trying to hurt you? And, that's when you have to really evaluate. So I just really think that it's case by case, but I personally do treat each situation kind of the same, but my husband is always going to get more asylum than anyone else. That's just the way that it is because he's
Okay.
my husband and we are one.
Lisa Ray, what are your thoughts on this?
I think that it starts with respect, the respect that you have for each other. I take it back to the Bible days is that, it was meant for man and woman or companionship to be together. So that is a different relationship that you have with your girlfriends than you have with your man, your significant other, your companion, your husband, fiance. There's certain things that you give passes to that you go, oh, hell no, bitch, you meant that. You know what I mean? And then there's some things that you got to say, is this common sense? Because you got to know your friend. Does she have common sense? Does he have common sense or whatever, But I think ultimately, like Vivica said, when you know the person's heart and you know them, mistakes can be made. And sometimes things can happen where you go, I just wasn't even thinking about that. It didn't even come to me around that way. You know what I mean? And so you don't want to be reprimanded for something that the intention of that was not there. And I think communication goes a long way. When you communicate in a relationship with your man and you all have pillow talk and you share so much of life that's different than just your girlfriend. And I don't by no means want to put one more on a pedestal than the other because, God knows that we all need each other, and we all need our relationships for what they are, But I want relationships that I can learn from and then grow in. Because I'm not looking for new girlfriends because I like the ones that I have. And the ones that I have is able to know me and able to stop me in my tracks when they see that I'm not being the normal me. And so someone new don't really know you enough to be able to do that, And so as I get older as well, I say, have more patience, have more understanding, get more clarity, communicate, and sometimes you fly off the handle. And sometimes I'm just real big on respect, on just talking. Like you talk to me the wrong way, I kind of get like, short wire because I don't, body language to me, from where I come from means let me stand up and meet you and match your energy because I need to let you see that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really I have gotten out of that, definitely, because I don't want to project that type of energy. I just really feel like once you cool off or once I cool off, we can come back around. And so each individual circumstance, like Selena said, is very different. Also, girlfriends, if I go through too much with a girlfriend, it becomes too toxic for me and it becomes too much. And then I'm like, I don't want it. I don't need it. Stressful. Now, him, that's different with him because him, I'm trying to build a life with. You know what I mean? We got kids together or we got business together or we got love together. We married. We trying to have life together. It's different with a friend like that. You know what I mean? So I think it is different circumstances.
I'm going to offer a different take on this because I was just sitting here thinking about this. I'm like, do we have it right the way we treat our men or do we have it right the way we treat our women? I'm going to say this. I think the way we handle our female friends is probably the right way, where we don't tolerate as much disrespect and we check it right away, right? And then for a man, a lot of times because of the digmatization or the love or the businesses or the whatever excuse you want to give it, this is my man. Okay, well, your man is disrespecting you in ways you would never allow one of your friends to do it. I want to do the reverse. I want to start holding my man to the standards that I hold my friends to, because guess who's been more successful in my life? My friends. I don't have a 30-year man in my life. I don't have a 25-year friend relationship, but I certainly have it with my female friends. So it got me to thinking, maybe I'm handling it the right way with women, but I'm not handling it the right way with men. You know what I mean? Because your girls say something that's rubbing the wrong way. You are quick to do it. And I think with the man especially, it's like, well, I don't want him to think, and maybe, and I think we overthink it, where with the women, I don't know. I think we kind of handle it different. I think the way I handle things with my female friends, if I could reflect that with my man, I think I'd probably be in a better space. I don't know. That's just one way
to be learned at each occasion, because my relationships teach me how to be more patient. Can you guys hear me?
You went out a little bit.
I think too, though, that men, actually, you have to deal with men different than you deal with women, just in terms of gender, period. They're not the same gender wise. So you have to speak to them different. You don't have to speak real. You don't have to be real, real detailed with women. You have to be very detailed. You have to mean what you say and say what you mean. But men are very, they're very easy. You can't do too much talking to them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even know how to
Well, I get that, but the
So that
topic is
part.
about double standards. And you know what I mean? I think we kind of got off a little bit off track. It's really about
No,
double
I'm
standards.
talking about double standards, like
Mhm.
even the same, like even when you're talking about the double standards, you also have to be mindful that I am dealing with a man and dealing with a woman. They're two different genders, so you have to deal with them differently anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't hold them to the same standard because they're not the same. They're not the same. You see what I'm saying?
They're both humans,
different.
though.
They rotate different as people. They don't
Men are
ingest
from Mars and
information.
women are from Venus.
I just think
That
we have to be careful about it being a slippery slope because I feel like in society, especially with Black men, we coddle people too. We coddle men too much.
We
Like
definitely coddle them too much.
we coddle them and then we get upset about the results sometimes because I don't know. Great conversation, ladies.
You coddle.
Listen, that's why y'all love this show. We don't always have to agree, but we do it with respect and love. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be back with more Cocktails with Queens after this. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. All right, ladies, let's get into the story. The former star of The Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay, ripped Governor Ron DeSantis apart for rejecting a potential AP African Studies course from being taught in Florida high schools. Lindsay shared her sentiments on a recent episode of The View and said, "It's not a political stunt. I can't call it that. It's racism. We have to call it exactly what it is." Now, Lindsay continued, "This is cultural erasure. We've seen it happen before when Black people were brought here from Africa, forced to be here. They erased our culture from us. They took away our religion. They took away our names. They took our heritage, everything that related us to Africa. They took it away and replaced it with Western culture. That's what you're doing right now in education." What are your thoughts on DeSantis rejecting this course? And do you agree with Rachel's comments? Vivica, let's start with you.
Absolutely, 100%. First of all, I want to point something out to Mr. DeSantis, since you made this such a big topic. It's an elective. It's not even required. What is so wrong with someone, even maybe of a different nationality, saying, "I want to learn more about the African-American culture that's not taught to me"? It's an elective. What are you so afraid of? What are you so afraid of that you constantly, between African-American things that are taught in our community and the LGBT, I mean, you're the first one to stand in line, but you think that possibly one day you can run for leadership of this country? Absolutely not. I hope they save every receipt on your selfish ass. And that's what I think about that. But kudos to Rachel for standing up and reading him the rights.
Bravo, because I think it's a total disregard of who we are as people, you know. And when they teach history, we're not included in that. And if they do, it starts as slavery. They don't talk about when we have become kings and queens and we were rich and our first men that were Black that made this and the heart surgeon and all. They don't mention any of that. Why isn't that just as important? Because it shouldn't be classified separate anyway. It should be taught under history, period, is what it really should be. But we ain't gotten there yet. So I'm kudos to Rachel. Absolutely. Keep putting your finger in his face.
Hey, you know what, Selena, before we go to you, I'm hearing the audio. We're going to fix a technical issue. We're going to come right back. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Cocktails with the Queens. Before we went to break, we talked about punk-ass Ron DeSantis in Florida, the governor who barely won the election. And once he got in, he's trying to turn Florida into the 1860s and erase Blackness. He's got this Stop Woke Act, which many people are calling the Stop Black Act. He's using the term woke is code for all things that us Black Americans complain about. Selena, before we went to break, I said you'd be up next. What do you have to say about this? And what do you think about this?
You know, I'm just going to piggyback off what you just said, Claudia. It's giving colonizer. It's giving, I don't want, you know, first of all, the reparations situation that is happening in California is fantastic. And what racist white people are afraid of is the domino effect. So if we start educating Black people on how fantastic and amazing they are, then their self-esteem will, you know, propel them to be great in the community, which could possibly make them greater than the colonizers. Also, you don't want us to know what you've done. You don't want anyone to know, but I'll tell you, the education of us is what's going to bring us closer together. It's the empathy that is lacked in our country that we're not able to have to understand each other. So you're actually going backwards. You're doing a disservice because actually there are white people that want to know. There are white people that want to be educated, that want to fall in line. And you know what? Reparations should trickle down. It should be a domino effect. And so should African-American studies in all schools, Black and white. And they just really don't want us to know. It's just like slavery, how they didn't want us to know anything because information is power. And that's one thing that they hold on to, power.
I agree with all of you ladies' points. I cannot stand Ron DeSantis. I think he's one of the biggest dangers and threats to America because he's got a lot of people buying into this. Florida's like, what, the third largest state with population? You know, he's got some people that kind of rock with him. And when they compare him to Trump, they think he's kind of Trump-like, but I think he may be a little bit more dangerous. He's trying things in Florida that I think he would implement on a national level. And why would you want to stop an elective course to learn about African history, African-American history? How does it hurt you, Ron DeSantis? How does it hurt you? You are so threatened by Blackness. It was very obvious when you campaigned against Andrew Gillum down in Florida, who you only beat by about 45,000 votes, be very clear. You barely won against him. And it seems like he has a really big chip on his shoulder against all things ethnic and Black. And it's like, where does this hatred come from? And I can't just be mad at Ron DeSantis. I'm mad at the people of Florida, the citizens of Florida that elected this jackass and support him. And you see what he's doing. And I mean, our Latino brothers and sisters who sometimes like to side with us when it's convenient for y'all. And then sometimes could be nothing further from Black. You like, oh, I'm not with them. You know, have proximity to whiteness. Don't you know that you're next after us? You're next. It's going to be African-American studies first. There's going to be Latino studies and your history next. Be very clear. Don't think you got to pass because right now he's down with y'all because he needs your votes. It's very frustrating to see that people just line up for his nonsense, knowing the kind of man he is and what he would do if given the opportunity to be president.
And
so
they
already building walls
like they are part of us anyway. You got the Indians that got color, you got the Latinos, the Spanish that got color. So they're not just gonna stop at us. It's gonna, spill over to them, and that's when they're
already building walls. So what are we even discussing here? They blatantly say they don't want you anyway. They're building walls against you coming into the country.
And so Black people, if you don't like this nonsense that's going on, what they're trying to do with the schools, you got to show up at their school board meetings. You got to be electing your mayors. You got to care. You can't just care about the glamorous races. You can't just do president, senator, vice president. You can't.
But you know what? Don't worry about it, because guess what? Our children are very smart. The younger generation is very intelligent. And actually, I love that he's doing this, because now it's going to make everybody go, oh, well, what are you hiding? And then they're going to go search for African-American studies. And then they're going to educate themselves, and they're going to be more educated than they would if it was an elective. So actually, what's meant for bad always happens good. Always. God makes for good every time. Listen.
I cannot. He's like my least favorite of all the governors. Him and our raggedy Abbott over here. Two worst governors in the country. And the way they put people on planes and ship them to other cities that had nothing to do with Florida.
Classless.
Yeah.
No, we were going to talk about this lady on TikTok that took her cheating husband back, but we don't really have time because we need to get to this hot or not. So let's get into this. Okay, so, during Beyonce's show, everyone pretty much showed up to the red carpet. So we're going to get into a little bit of fashion and talk about the hot or not. Are y'all ready to play hot or not?
Yes. I got to get close, honey, because I can't see.
Okay, some of your favorite celebrities were in Dubai. So let's get into it. First up, we've got the beautiful Nia Long. Was she hot or not?
Oh, honey, hot. Hot.
Fire. Oh, hot.
Hot.
All right.
I'm so happy to see Miss Nia get her groove back. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Kendall Jenner. Was she hot or not?
Hot. I liked her dress. She looked pretty. She's
always just pretty because she's one of those models that hasn't changed anything.
It didn't floor me, but she looked nice.
Right. All right. What about Halle Bailey and her man DDG? Were they hot or not?
Adorable. I thought they looked like a beautiful, classy young couple. They really look nice.
Okay. Next up, we have Terrence J. Was he hot or not?
Come on, Terrence. Terrence was driving Nia Long around, and what was that, a Lamborghini?
He was sharp. Terrence be sharp.
And last but not least, we have Black Panther Letitia Wright. Was she hot or not?
look like, well, let's see.
I love this. I love her and I love her
Right.
character, but I don't like this shade of pink. That's just me personally. And
She's a
That's what I was
beautiful
gonna say, looks a little
girl.
Pepto-Bismol-ish,
it's
you know?
giving
Well, no,
Pepto-Bismol, right?
She's a beautiful girl.
Gorgeous.
It's just a little underwhelming to me.
I would have loved to see a yellow, like a bright color on that beautiful
Right.
skin that
She
she
could have
has.
did
A
Lisa
white.
Ray's favorite color
Yeah,
because in
she could have
Wakanda,
Lisa
she
Ray.
looked absolutely stunning in the
Yeah.
white with her
Her
and
skin
Angela.
tone.
And
Yeah.
something that speaks more to her physique and who she is. It needs
Right.
Sometimes you get these stylists, they be wanting like you to try something different and against your bet, you're like, all right, let me try something different and go inside the
Mhm.
box. You know what I
Agree.
mean? I did that one time. I had the stylist that we all know put me in something. I looked so whack on a major red carpet. I was so embarrassed the whole night. And my friend even ditched me. And I know it's because my outfit was whack. I know it's because my outfit was
I
whack.
always tell people when you do this, and I'll make this quickly. When you're going to an event, think of a theme. Pick a theme and look fabulous. Dress something that fits your body, that makes you feel good, that accents all of the good parts of your body.
That's right. Everybody, thank you for hanging with us. Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Brutally Honest with Jasmine Brand. Bye.